Hi friends! Welcome to week 1 of our Explorers Club. This first week we're going to be looking at agriculture. I thought this was the best science to start us out with. One, because it's getting close to the end of growing season. We won't really be able to grow anything until spring after this. And 2, because it's something that we can all do very easily. So today we're going to look at several different things. First, we're going to figure out what agriculture is, what kind of science it is. We're going to look at how a seed becomes a plant, why we garden. We're going to plant a seed of our own, and you can follow along with a video. If you have picked up your packet, your box from the library, you can follow along with the materials in there. Otherwise, there's a materials list, and if you'd like to gather those from around your house, you're more than welcome to follow along. And then finally, we have a book list where you can read more about gardens. This quote says, "To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow." And Audrey Hepburn said that, and I thought it was a nice little quote to start us off. So what is agriculture? The dictionary says, agriculture is the science or practice of farming, including cultivation of the soil for the growing of crops and the rearing of animals to provide food, wool, and other products. Now that's a lot. So what does that mean? It means that agriculture is the science of growing something to use it in another form later. So for example, seeds become plants that then become food, or animals grow wool that then becomes a sweater. So you can put a tomato seed in the ground and it'll grow and give you more tomatoes that then can go into salsa or pizza or something really yummy. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So you can grow plants or crops on a large scale, like on large farms or family farms, which grow a lot of crops to sell to other people, either at farmers markets or to grocery stores. And we have a lot of those kind of farms around here. Or you can grow on a small scale, like container gardens just on your porch, victory gardens, which are small gardens that you can grow lots of vegetables for your family, or just, a single plant on your windowsill. If that's all you've got space for, you can grow that, and that's still a garden. So, if you want to plant a seed, how does that tiny little seed turn into a plant? We're going to learn all about germination. So, first, you plant the seed. You take your tiny little seed and you put it in some dirt. A seed contains everything it needs to create a brand new plant. The DNA of that plant is right there in that seed. You can grow a tree from a tiny little acorn. It's crazy, right? But first, before you do that, it has to be planted in soil that's rich in nutrients. Nutrients are basically food for plants, vitamins and nutrients, things that you need to grow big and strong, just like people. Then you water your seed. So once you've covered it up with soil, you water the seed. And plants need water, soil, and sunlight to grow. So once you water it, after it's placed in soil, you put it somewhere sunny. Placing the plant in a well-lit spot and watering it often is how we help plants do what they're supposed to do. Once it's in those good conditions that you've put it in, it'll start to grow roots. The seed will start to open up and expand under the soil, and the plant will put out roots. And those roots will take in nutrients, or the food, from the dirt around it. And then, finally, what you've been waiting for, the plant will sprout. Eventually, the plant will create a sprout, which will be visible above the soil. That's like the green part. This part of the plant has a stem, and eventually will have leaves. And those leaves and the stem will take in sunlight from the atmosphere. So it's pulling nutrients from the soil and sunlight from the atmosphere to help it grow. And that's how a plant starts to grow. Now, eventually, the plant will get much bigger than that little seedling, but that's just your beginning. So why do we do all this? Why do we take all the time to wait for plants to grow? Because they do take quite a lot of time. Well, one, we do it for the environment. More plants in the world mean more oxygen. Plants produce oxygen that's necessary for humans and animals to live. But oxygen is also necessary for a healthy planet, too. We do it for our health. Oxygen, of course, but plants can also make us feel happier. And the food we grow ourselves is healthy and delicious, and we feel good about doing it because we've done it ourselves. And lastly, for sustainability. Growing our own food helps our environment and our bodies, and learning to garden means we can teach others how to garden too. So, let's plant a seed. So you'll need cotton balls, a small clear container, some water, and seeds of your choice. Now, I just talked about putting plants in soil, and that's how you would usually do it, but you can grow plants in other things. Some plants grow in moss, and we're going to grow plants in cotton balls, mostly so you can watch and see how a seed germinates. So first, you're going to place your cotton balls into your clear container, and then you're going to take your seeds, and you're going to place them along the outside of your cotton balls so you can see from the outside of the jar. See where it's stuck up against the glass of the jar? That's how you're going to want to place your seeds. And in your packet, you have, I think, 5 or 6 seeds. If you're just getting them from home, you can put as many in as you want. I wouldn't recommend too many more than 5 or 6 because it's a little jar, and once your seeds have gotten big, they're gonna expand and give you some problems. So here you just want to pour water over the cotton balls. Not too much. You don't want to fill the jar, but you want to get water all soaked up in the cotton balls and a little bit of water on the bottom. Now that water is going to help our seeds germinate, but you need to put this in a sunny place so that it can grow and you can watch as the seeds put out their roots and put out their sprouts. So now that you've learned about gardening and you've planted your own seed, you can read some more. There are several books here. Miss Rumphius, which is one of my favorites when I was a kid, Seed Folks, The Good Garden, and The Secret Garden are all good books about gardening. And you can also log on to our website at WCLibraryTN.org and search our catalog for more books about gardening. We have some that are gardening tips and tricks, we have some stories about gardening, and we have some books about different types of plants and flowers. So if you're interested, check those out. I hope you enjoyed this week, and I will see you next time.